I've got a little surprise for you. It's one of those days when you're just sitting here having a cup of tea, bit of toast, and then someone calls in and you suddenly realise it's probably the most famous person in the country right now. Marcus Rashford, good morning.
Good morning, you okay?
Congratulations, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much for everything that you guys have done on your end. And, I just wanted to take this opportunity whilst I'm on the call just to thank everyone that got involved, really, because, without everyone else, it's not possible.
Marcus, you've achieved an amazing thing, which I've got huge admiration for you for. And it came from the heart, because you yourself used to rely on things like these, the food vouchers and so on when you were a kid. How important has it been for you to represent these 1.3 million children?
Yeah, it's just something that I know a lot of people, want to speak out about, and they probably don't have the platforms to affect a decision like that. But, it was something that we spoke about as a family and that we wanted to change. So, a lot of people got behind it, and people of the general public did get behind it, and that's probably what helped change the decision too.
Marcus, Piers makes the point that this is, for you, this absolutely comes from personal experience. I think this is one of the reasons that the campaign has been so compelling.
Yeah.
Just describe what it was like when you were young. You've paid tribute to your mum and the fact that she struggled and managed to put food on the table for you and your siblings. But it's tough, isn't it, for parents who are struggling? That is why this voucher scheme is so important. Just describe what it is like to face every day the prospect of being hungry.
It's definitely a tough situation to be in. But when you're a kid, you don't see it as that. You see it as the effect that it has on your loved ones around you. And it's not nice to see your mum stressed or unhappy. And that was the thing that affected me when I was young, and what drove me to sort of try and change that for her and for my family. So, I understand the position that kids are in, and parents especially too. So, I just wanted to change it as much as I could, and we managed to fix it for a 6 weeks period. But after that, we need to look at ways to keep it in a positive light.
Because it seems to me, Marcus, why should it just be for the next 6 weeks? What is your plan? You've got this issue now. This is your issue. I can't think of any sportsman ever who has achieved such a dramatic U-turn by any government in such a short period of time. You have the power now to affect real change. What else would you like to do in this area?
I think now we need to stay on this topic, and after this 6 weeks is up, we need to think of ways to keep it going forward, really. And I've never really looked at the data as much as I've looked at it the last sort of week or week and a half, and the numbers are really, really shocking, and that's what initially drove me. But now it's just analysing how this 6 week period affects the families in a positive or negative way.
We shouldn't have hungry kids in this country.
Yeah, that's the main thing. In this generation now, I just don't see the reason why there should be kids that don't have food on the table, and we've shown that when we do come together, we can change things.
When you woke up this morning, Marcus, and you saw all the front pages, and your face is everywhere, and you've managed to do this for 1.3 million children, how did it make you feel, and how did your mum react?
Yeah, my mum's buzzing. She's rang me especially yesterday. She rang me about 10 times yesterday, and she just sounds really, really happy on the phone. And I know it's something that she would have wanted me to do, because she knows how much it changes people's lives, and how much, if something would have happened like this when we was younger, it would have changed her life massively as well. So, she's just very happy.
There's someone else you spoke to on the phone yesterday, and that was the Prime Minister. Tell us about that conversation. Who rang who?
He actually rang me, but it was a nice conversation because, I wanted to have the opportunity to just thank him for understanding that and changing his decision, because, he didn't have to. So, it's definitely good.
Marcus, you've had a great week, but you've got a much more important duty coming, which is you're playing Tottenham later in the week. And I need you, as an Arsenal fan, to absolutely bury them. Can you give me a commitment as the man of the moment? You can do this.
You know, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be difficult, you know, the first game back, and you know, there's circumstances like no fans and stuff like that. But you know, we've been preparing for a long time for this game, so hopefully we can go and get a win.
Well, we need that win. We also, Raheem Sterling, I know that a colleague of yours for England, rival on club level, obviously. I'm hoping he has a bad game tonight, Arsenal fans. But he's come out and he's called on the government to intervene to ensure more black representation on the boards of sporting governing bodies, including the FA. There are so few, Marcus, owners, chairmen, managers in British football who are black. And we need the people that have the power to be black to, I think, affect real change. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think during this generation of football especially, you'll see a lot of things change, you know, because of people like Raheem speaking out and just saying what he feels and what he truly thinks. I genuinely believe that there will be change, and in the future we'll see more of the things that he's speaking about. But yeah, I'm just looking forward. I'm happy that people are speaking out, using the platforms for positive things, and you know, it just shows that people do want the best for the country and, you know, for sports.
And Marcus, what will it feel like to pull on a shirt which is emblazoned on the back, Black Lives Matter? Because in a way, it's tragic that still needs to be said. But the events over in America and the death of George Floyd have made that statement so raw and so painful, actually.
Yeah, it's something that, you know, many people can relate to, and you know, it obviously touches many people's hearts, and I feel like it's definitely just a time for change, and everyone's come together in the right way, and you know, they're pushing for that change to happen, and you know, you can only support it and get behind it, really. And you know, I'm just hoping that change does happen, and because I think it's time now. It's what everybody deserves and what the country wants. So.
Well, it's going to be driven by people like you, Marcus. Just before we let you go, the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, targeted footballers. Do your bit. Take a pay cut, do your bit. You did your bit, and you've helped 1.3 million people. And he thanked you this morning by getting your name wrong, calling you Daniel.
No, that's all right. I've been called worse names than that.
Marcus, we really appreciate you calling in. On behalf of everyone at Good Morning Britain, all our viewers, and I think everybody in the country, thank you for what you've done for these kids. It just goes to show footballers get a bad rap a lot of the time, but you and Raheem and others, I think, are really making a huge difference in this country, and good luck to you, except when you play Arsenal.
Thank you very much, guys.